Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Things That Matter with Marty McNabb. So, as many of you know, I love the stories of things, the stories that get attached to these things. Now, needless to say, I am not a big fan of things, having lots of things. As many of you know, I live part-time on the road in a little van called Brooklyn. And I live part-time in Albuquerque with my wife and mother-in-law and part-time in Vermont. So yeah, I like limiting the amount of stuff, the amount of things. But needless to say, it's not the things that matter. It's the stories that get attached to those things. So today, I am so happy to have a new friend. Well, I don't know if I would call you new anymore.
It's not new. I'm sorry, but it's not new.
It's not new. No. I think that I actually met you over a year and a half ago, if I remember right.
Yes.
So, and I just saw something on LinkedIn that invited me to a couple of hour, I think it was a 2-hour workshop.
Yeah.
Kind of a New Year's thing, like new business, like what, pushing into the future. And I had a wonderful time at that event. I didn't know anybody in it whatsoever until at that event, I met you and some of your colleagues, your team, and was just so impressed. And then we just continued a conversation. And I love the work that you do, which you'll get a chance to share a little bit more about that work. But all I know is that Alejandro is such a genuine, loving human being who cares deeply about entrepreneurs and people who, take these big risks like so many of us do. And so I'm delighted to have Alejandro show and tell. So I'm going to just let him take it away.
So thank you, Mari. I am really happy and honored to be here with you. I know that you are starting with this show, and it's something that is like, oh, I think that you have been doing this for years. So it's really, really good to be here with you today. And I agree. That's exactly what I do. I have a couple of shows that everything is about, you talk about things, I talk about people, and it's like how humanity can help you to become better. And that's what I am doing now. In Spanish, I have a program that is called More Human, Better People, More Human, Better Business. And the idea is how our humanity can help us to become better. If we start to, I know that for a long time, companies try to take out all the humanity because you have to develop, you have to give results, and it doesn't matter what are your skills in human skills. I want to see results and I don't care about that. But the reality is that right now, if you take out all the humanity, you are going to become a machine, and the machine can take you over and start to do the work that you are supposed to be doing. So the idea right now is coming back again in the other side, like start to see the humanity, develop all those human skills that sometimes are scary because it's like, I don't want to see those things in myself. And suddenly you can be a better human, a better person, and you can start to develop better companies also. So that's what I do there. In English, I have you in another program a few months ago, and it was about believing yourself, believing your business. And that's another thing. It's like all the belief system that we have in our head can help us to thrive or fail in anything that we are doing. So that's another thing that I do. And that's also part of the humanity. Like, how are you believing in yourself? How are you believing in the thing that you are doing? What are the belief systems that you have? Are you working on them? Do you know how to help them? So that's those are like, at the end they are very similar, and they are the same. but that's maybe the two perspectives that I have in my business. I am a high performance coach, a neurocoding coach, a mental health coach, like different things, really a business coach also, but really I bring all these ideas and all the things that I have learned to help you become the best version of yourself. That's my goal.
Wonderful. I love it. I see it. So now, what are you going to be showing and telling us and the audience about? So
My Kindle.
Your okay.
For me, this is really important, my Kindle. And this is the first version that I have. I have a new one that I didn't brought here because I wanted to talk about the old one. And why for me this is important. I love to read. I love to learn. I love to, and I keep reading and learning. And really, before this little thing, when I was when you come to my house and see at the side of my bed, you can see maybe 3 or 4 books that I am reading at the same time. So with this, I can eliminate a little bit of that mess that I create in my bedroom. And the other thing that I had is that really there was a time that I had to travel too much. Like I was traveling, I lived in 15 countries. So imagine trying to bring all my bookstore, because my idea of reading is like, okay, now I feel that I need something of leadership. So I look for the books for leadership and I start to read that. Or I start to see, no, I love intelligence, emotional intelligence, for example. I want to read more about that. So it's another thing. Or I want to read more about food, how to improve your eating habits and how to change the eating habit that you have. So I start to, so suddenly I have 100 books, like I want to learn, but right now it's about this topic and tomorrow it's about this other topic. And it's like, how you can do that? It's impossible. How you can have all those books? And really, literally, Mary, when I was traveling from one country to another, you can see that one of my luggages was only books, and the other one was my clothing. That's what the way I was traveling until I found this little thing. That's why I bring this. It's like if I am traveling, I am only traveling with this. Why? Because I can have my 1,000 books here, and I don't care if I. It's like I don't have even to have one luggage of only that. Like I. So that's the reason for this, and really has helped me a lot. And the good thing about the new ones is that you can even put your headphones and suddenly you can even listen to the audiobooks. So it's like, and I am not doing a commercial here about this, but for me it has been very, very good and have helped me a lot to continue my development, the way of growing, opening the eyes for things. So that's what I want to bring today.
Oh, that is wonderful. I love the idea of you having a separate suitcase just for books. Oh my God.
It was crazy, really crazy. Like, and right now that you see that every year, I believe that the companies, the air companies are like reducing the amount of pounds that you can use to travel, and it's like right now you can put only like one sock and one t-shirt and that's it, and all the other thing you had to pay for them. Like it's like I don't know how I can travel with my bookstore. It's impossible, you know. So right now with this it's really easy. Like
makes such a difference, right? And you said you're, needless to say, the work that you do in the world has been informed by all this reading. So, but it literally made it difficult to move around. And I'm part-time digital nomad as well. So I still love, and I can see some books over your shoulder as well. I still love the physical feel of a book, and I have the same on my bedside table, variety of things. I'm just like, do you ever do just pleasure reading, Alejandro? You kept on mentioning
Yes.
all kinds of other stuff, but I'm like, because see, the stuff that's on my bedside is like mostly pleasure reading, and then the other stuff is in different places in the house.
Well, more than pleasure, it's more about its development. Everything is about development. Doesn't have to be in one single area, because one of them is why we sleep, for example. And it's like it's about sleeping, and you can think like why you have to read something about sleeping, but there is a lot of things and knowledge behind that can help you to realize that if you're sleeping less than 6 hours per day, you are not going to succeed, and you can be a high performance person. And I am really helping people to become high performance in everything that they are doing. So sleeping is one of them. If we start to talk about like food, there is a lot of different ideas of which food is better for different people, and why you need to be drinking more water or less water. So it's like I want to learn and that is the way I really function. If you ask me, for example, I don't know, but I remember, I can tell you, like when I was a kid, I had one of my best friends asking me why you are not eating these fruits, and it was like because I don't like the taste and taking, and it's so I don't like it. It's like that's the reason. And now I can eat those fruits like normally, and it's not because now it's different the taste or anything. It's because I read about all the good things about those fruits, and it's like, okay, now I can eat that because I understand that it's helping me with these different things.
Yeah, it's interesting. You saying that, Alejandro, made me think of a book that I read called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. And it sounds like you're a questioner like me. There's four different tendencies, and the questioner needs to understand something. And as long as you understand, and that your search for knowledge like this, like you are in a search, you're like, I want to understand. You have your immediate response to it. Ooh, I don't like that, whatever. Or, oh, I'm not interested in that topic, or whatever. We have our automatic responses that were informed by who we grew up with and who our teachers were and all of that kind of stuff, right? But you are like, no, I get that, but I want to learn more. But you still have to understand for you to end up being like, okay, that texture is still, the taste and texture is still not appealing to me, but I know it's good for me. So you are able to change your mind about it. So very powerful.
No, for me, it has been easy when I understand myself. For example, it's like, okay, you have to eat celery, for example. Celery is something that I didn't like, and it's like I don't like it at all. And even if you try, and I understand all the things about celery, or cucumber, that's another one that I don't like. And it's like just about that, and it's like, okay, even if you try, and I read everything, and I can't really eat it because I doesn't like it. So what I started to do is, okay, I can have my morning shake with celery and with cucumber. So suddenly, with the mix of other things, I started to learn that I can even, like a couple of months later, I could eat the celery or the cucumber like normally alone, and it was like, it's not that bad. I don't know why I didn't like it, but at the beginning was really bad. So it's like I start to learn even in myself how I can start to take the things that are supposed to help me.
Yeah.
And suddenly I start to find the taste and the good and why I like it. So it's and that comes back to this, because it's exactly reading why one thing is better, why the other thing is better. So for example, fruits are good. There are some people that are going to tell you fruits is good or fruits are bad. and reading about, there is a program called Wildfit that I love, that it's like, okay, fruits are good, but just one time of the year, not the whole year. The problem right now is that because they are available the whole year, even when it's winter time, doesn't matter. We can bring it from another part of the world and suddenly the same fruit is here. So, but the reality is that our bodies are programmed to be like, okay, winter time, you have to be eating some type of food. In springtime, it's another one. In summertime, it's another one. In autumn, it's another one. And suddenly you are functioning the best way possible, you know?
So fascinating. Your zest, your passion for learning and figuring things out and understanding, like you said, human nature, human design, you know, how to, you know, mindset, mastery, all of that stuff is in that Kindle. So I so I thank you so much for taking this time today to join me, and I hope everyone who's listening or watching this show, Things That Matter, have enjoyed learning more about the power of learning and mindset, and how they can carry thousands of books into a Kindle as they travel the world. And so I want to invite people who are here to, if you would like to join me for a live show and tales, check out my event page at showandtales.com. So I have both in-person and virtual events that will be listed there. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on this show, please reach out to info@showandtales.com with podcast guest in the subject line, and I'll reach out to you and see if we can schedule a time for you to share the story of a thing that matters to you. And of course, I can be hired for your family reunion, your volunteer appreciation, donor appreciation, alumni association, anything where you're looking to build deeper connections. You can hire me or one of my story sharing hosts to host a show and tale for you and your community. And also, if you're looking for a unique way to market yourself that feels good and does good, check me out at showandtales/community, where I teach you how to host these story sharing events as a way to connect and build your community of support. So thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, Alejandro. I will put all your information in the show notes. But before I leave, if you can just share it verbally with the people who are listening, how people can be in touch with you and get to know more about your bilingual programs that you're offering.
Yes, it's in Spanish and in English, both. I am working with both areas, like not only, and it's not only the States. I have people in Europe and people Canada and South Africa. So it's really international. It's exactly what I like and I love since the beginning. And in Spanish, the same thing. I am working with those type of people. And really, if you see that something is not working in your business, or you see that even in your life is something not working, and you are looking for answers, and you are looking to become a high performance person that wants to really explode and start to explode your unlock your potential, that is exactly what I do. So it's a program of several weeks, like 12 weeks, but we can be working together. And I know Mari, it's amazing. We have been working a couple of times with her, so we are more than happy to help you. You can reach in any social media. I am in every social media as Alejandro Bratti. In LinkedIn is the one that I most use and I prefer most than any other. LinkedIn is LinkedIn/Bratti/ and that's it. And my email, abratti@Bratti, BRATTI, businesscoaching.com. And that is the best way to contact me and connect with me. I am in WhatsApp, in every single one that you want to see. I am there. So
yes, you are.
And even if you are looking for things like what Mari is doing, I have also my own show that is about stories of people. It's the same. So thank you, Mari. It was really a pleasure to be with you in this program. That it's amazing, and I love the way of doing. Like, I bring my thing and let's talk about all the passion that I have about it. It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I look forward to continuing our conversations online or in person. And thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you, and see you all. Bye.
Bye.